Fever fans, welcome back to another year of Fever Replay Podcast. Oh my goodness, we are back. This is your home for a weekly breakdown of Fever games and news. Brought to you, as always, by the love of the game. Sometimes you take the leadership for a ride and you set yourself and all the women of the future up for success for the love of the game. My name is Chris Ord, and I'm joined, as always, by my lovely, efficient, and the one with the always deliciously dulcet tones, Keisha Gallagher. Say hi, Keisha.
Hello, Chris. Thanks for having me back for another season of the WNBA, baby.
Oh, yeah. Very, very, extremely excited even to have a season. Didn't know that was going to happen, honestly.
Stressful times. Very stressful times, friends.
People would say, Chris, you guys doing a podcast? And I'd be like, podcasts? Podcasts? What about a season of basketball? Like, let's go one step at a time here.
Yeah, easy breezy. Let's get the CBA signed. Am I right, guys?
Right. Well, if you are just joining us for the very first time here, my name's Chris. This is Keisha. We're longtime friends, but we love basketball. And so we want to just talk about some Fever basketball here. We try not to focus on just the headlines and all the drama and the stuff you'll see on ESPN, but really focus in on the team, what's going on the court, and that's what this place is all about. I'm a little newer to the W. This will be my third year of really being a big fan of it. But luckily, Keisha, that's not the case, is it for you?
No, sir.
Is it 3 years for you?
Long time fan. I would say I've been watching the W since Lisa Leslie's iconic dunk back in the day. Don't do the math on that. No one needs to know when that was exactly. But yeah, I've been watching college basketball and women's professional basketball for quite some time. And I love it.
Yeah, so we kind of hit this thing, from both sides. I live here in Indy. I was very much swept up with Caitlin Fever that hit here all of a sudden like a ton of bricks. And I was like, I want to check this thing out. And then we got Keisha on the other side who knows everything there is to know about the W.
And I am from the great state of Iowa that brought you Caitlin Clark, and I'm a huge Hawkeyes fan.
Thank you.
And you're welcome, by the way.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Thank you for that. We appreciated you shipping her out here. So that's us, and we're pretty much just focused on talking about Fever basketball. But before we get into the Fever specifically, we just want to take a quick little victory lap because that CBA got signed, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The girls got paid.
Oh, they got
big time. Oh, yeah. It was much needed. It was very stressful. Oh, my gosh. We said so many prayers in this household for the CBA. The kids learned so much about the inner workings of basketball finance. But we got there. Oh, my. So let me just give, let's just, look at some numbers here because it's fantastic. First off, 20% of league and team revenue. So this was a huge sticking point. They got revenue instead of profit.
Huge.
Which, we had a whole episode about the difference between those things.
We sure did.
And that's a big deal.
It's a huge
Salary cap set at $7 million, projected to exceed 11 by 2032. Max salaries rising to $1.4 million to eventually reach $2.4. Minimum salary, this is the huge one for me, increasing to $270 to $300 based on experience. So it was $70 before. So that is huge.
Yeah. Big time.
It's huge. If you think, your average person listening to this, just compare 70 to whatever your salary is. And think are you good enough at your job to be on national television every week? Because I'm not. I'll just say that out loud. I'm not good enough on my job to be on national television every week.
That's so brave of you.
So
brave of you to share.
Thank you. Thank you. But no, now it's 270 to 300. That's pretty darn good for these women that are out there basically being the best at what they do.
You're not wrong. Another big thing that I'm super happy to see, considering all the injuries we've had to deal with for the last few seasons, is we will now have a 12-player maximum roster.
Huge.
And a 44-game
schedule. Minimum.
Yeah.
It's 12 minimum roster.
Right.
Which is, though it's weird that the max and the min are the same, but whatever. 12. You have to have 12 players if you're going to be a WNBA team, which I really love.
Yeah, it's just nice to know that there's some sort of support there if you do experience... I'm sorry, how many injuries did the Fever have last year? Was it 6?
Oh my God, I
7?
don't want to talk about
the whole
it.
team?
I don't want to talk.
Too
it's
soon.
2026.
You're right.
We don't need to talk about it.
We don't need to bring that up again. That was my bad. The other huge benefits include league-wide charter travel, which is insane that wasn't before.
Yeah, it was like a gift last year. And then now it's not a gift, it's a given, which is good.
Right. They are enhancing the mental health coverage as well as child care and dependent care support.
Yeah.
And then
pregnancy protections.
Yes, pregnancy protections. Well. And that has been a huge issue. If anyone had followed the story behind what was going on with Dearica Hamby and when she was with the Aces. So that's really nice to see, as well as upgraded practice facilities and developmental housing. So it's so insane that they did not have some of these benefits going into
it's
this.
It's embarrassing. The list is embarrassing.
It's wild, but
so happy that it happened.
Yeah, happy that it's definitely happening. And then the other real big factor is that there's scheduling sensibility in the sense that they were playing so late into the year, having started, in summer, that it was impacting their abilities to play in different leagues because they were getting paid so little. So now those players who are making maybe closer to the minimum aren't playing so many months going into the year that they would be playing, 9-10 months every year just so that they could stay afloat. So that's incredibly nice to hear for those players who may not be, name recognized athletes, but are still playing hard and deserve to, get that coin.
Yeah, there's always a lot of talk about the top and like the max salaries and the super max and all these big things. But really, it's the ones on the bottom that like you need a bench to have a champion. We started by talking about championships. If you want a championship team, you need a bench. And if those people are making barely enough to get by, and then they're having to play, almost year-round basketball, it's just not going to give you the best product on the court. It's just not going to happen.
Very true.
And hopefully this made some big changes in the right direction. One of it was so inspiring to me following this. It was frustrating, but also inspiring. Like, I can't believe how much the players got.
Right.
They kind of got everything. They just said to the leadership, and it was like repeated, like 12-hour meetings were happening like 7 days in a row. I would wake up in the morning and be like, they're still meeting? Are you kidding? How are they still meeting? But they did it. It's just so great and so inspiring, and honestly as fun and exciting as a lot of the stuff that happens on the court, because it's just, historic.
I mean, I feel like we're getting so close to being on par with some other professional leagues when it comes to revenue, now that we understand what kind of model we could be playing with. This is a huge step, but we still need to be moving that closer to what we see for our counterparts in the MNBA. I am going to start saying that because I do think it's funny that it upsets so many people. But this is a huge accomplishment, and I'm so happy that this is where we ended up, because I was seriously scared for a little while that we were not going to get anything signed, and if there was any sort of if they did decide not to have a season, I just don't think people fully understood what that looks like as far as the impact it has on all of those arenas, everyone who's hired to make the schedule, to have those commercials, the people who clean the arena, the people who are working in all those food stands. Like, there's a huge impact there. It's not just hurting the players, it's hurting every single entity inside those arenas and who are anticipating the foot traffic after. It's a huge deal. So huge win for us.
And then even just the like reputational loss, because like the W has really made leaps and bounds like with the public. Like, people are really enjoying watching, and like, wow, this is a great sport, and it's very entertaining, and I'm going to check it out. And you know, just with all the different narratives out there, and if there had been no play or no season, then I think it really would have just set us backwards a long, long way.
Right.
Even if it was necessary. Anyway, but we don't need to dwell on that because we're living in this sunny, bright future. 2026, everyone is just skipping around, feeling great, light on their feet.
Feels good.
Yeah, that's where we're at. It feels good. So, but this is a Fever podcast, so let's focus in. We got a new Fever team here. We got a lot of, so we got some fantastic returning core players here that I was very excited about. The Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston trio is solid for at least one more year, which was not a guaranteed thing. If you have been paying attention to contracts, which not everybody does, it was not guaranteed that we would get Kelsey Mitchell. She could easily have gone somewhere else and gotten a multi-year deal, but she got a nice, big, juicy single-year deal simply because we have to pay Caitlin next year. And that's a given that we're going to do that. And the question is, can we convince Kelsey to come back? And we did somehow. She's here. So we got it. The window is open, Keisha.
I mean, I'm happy for you. Happy for Indiana. Kelsey Mitchell, I mean, if you heard any of the pods from last year, you know how I feel about Kelsey Mitchell. She's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Phenomenal.
The way that she's able to change speed while dribbling a basketball, I think is illegal in some states. Don't quote me on that.
It should be.
But she's
got to be the fastest woman dribbling a basketball.
I think that's fair to say.
Be.
I think that's fair to say. But the additions to the Fever this year, very interesting. I think the biggest pickup, and not because she used to be on the Mercury, but Monique Billings is a fantastic forward. She's fast. I think she presents an interesting high-low opportunity with Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
And she's fast in a sense that Caitlin Clark has another big target that she can run the court with. So that's going to be great. And still in the post, Maisha Hines-Allen, she's a strong post player. And I know that Caitlin likes having a lot of different people to look to down low. Lexi, unfortunately, was injured, so we didn't get to see her really engage with this new team. But who we did get to see was Raven Johnson from South Carolina, and boy, howdy, what a performance.
Yeah. No, so the pickup of Raven is excellent. She's exactly the sort. I think we're going to see her play bright and early in this season. She's going to get some real playing time because I think that a defense of her caliber translates pretty early into the W. I think offense is a little harder because you see better coverages, you see teams able to kind of know what you're bringing to the table and have more options of how to handle it. But like a good hard-nosed defensive effort is something that I think you can hit the ground running in this league with.
Definitely. She is super talented on defense. She has great court vision. I mean, she was under the tutelage of Dawn Staley, so she understands basketball, and she's a sponge. So I think she's going to learn a lot from Clark, from Mitchell, from all of the guards. I'm super excited to see what she's going to bring to the table. And then the other name I want to mention as a new player is going to be the ever-moving Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. She has bounced around a lot. Now, she's a little bit older, but she is insanely talented. I don't know how she's necessarily going to fit into this team once everyone is healthy, because You already have Alexi Hull. You already have Sophie. You have Raven now.
We have a lot of guards.
You have a lot of guards.
When you look at this roster, it is so many guards.
It's a lot of guards, but we do know that, injuries can happen, knock on wood. So
they can.
There's never the thing as too many guards.
We found ourselves picking up a lot of guards last year.
Right.
Off the couch. We did that. So I get it. And, this isn't the roster that's coming into the season.
Right.
So we'll have to see. We're definitely going to lose some guards. I'm so happy Megan McConnell's here. I don't know how long she'll be here, but I don't know if you know this, because I know you don't follow the MNBA, but her brother is actually a big part of the Pacers. So it's kind of fun having the complete set here in Indy. He's a really awesome guy and a fantastic basketball player, and looks just like your average Joe, 40-year-old man. He's not 40, but he just looks like an average 40-year-old white dude. But he can ball, man. It's crazy. So it's fun having Megan McConnell here. Everybody here was pretty excited when they signed that, I mean, we'll see.
That's very cool.
We'll see. She's not particularly high in the depth chart, but maybe she'll make it happen.
Who knows? Anything could happen. Anything is possible. It's the WNBA, baby.
You know who looked ready for this season in this limited amount of time we got to see? We're not going to discuss the preseason game in depth or anything. Preseason games are just a crapshoot on what you're going to see out there.
The pterodactyl.
So we're not going to go, but the pterodactyl, oh my gosh. She looked great.
She did.
She looked fast, she looked strong, and just very confident out there. She closed the season really well last year, and I'm glad. It looked like she just didn't skip a beat. In fact, maybe skipped a couple steps. She's further along than she ended the season, which is super exciting, because we need the skills she has. I think she's our number 2 center, right?
I mean, well, you have Boston.
We got Dantas.
You have Dantas, and you have Billings.
Dantas was a little...
Billings not a true center. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's exciting.
It is exciting. And we got Sophie Cunningham, Indy Darling. We got her back, the firecracker.
Indy Darling.
The X Factor.
There's talent there, for sure. It's very exciting. I'm so glad it's back. And Caitlin, I will say, I was a little concerned that she was going to come out timid or she wasn't going to be shooting. What was I thinking? She's back, and she's ready to play.
Yes, exactly. Was it an awe-inspiring performance? No, but it was a round robin of roster around her.
Yeah.
But you're right. The thing I did not see is her being timid.
Yeah.
It was nice that she got that time with the national team.
Yes.
To just kind of go all out. And she looked great out there. So I'm not even remotely concerned about her health. I'm concerned that that could change at some point in the year, because that wasn't fun last year. But she seems to just be firing on all cylinders, which is, it's going to be nice.
It's good to see.
It's going to be nice. This is our year. I feel like this is our year. The thing is, I know that sounds crazy, but we made it to the semifinal. And we didn't just make it. We took it to Game 5 against the champs without a lot of our team on the court. And the window is open. We have those big 3 at the very peak of their career currently. Aaliyah and Caitlin will continue to get better. But Kelsey Mitchell has never looked better than she is. And there's no reason to think that she'll drop off of last year. So, gosh, with those 3, you got to be thinking we're going all the way this year. That's got to be the plan of the team, I would imagine.
Can't see why not.
I don't see why not. Another good point, Keisha. Okay, so it's been a lot of cheery stuff. I'm excited about this season. The changes are good. So, okay, just let's touch on, we talked about the new people we got. So we lost Howard. We lost Ari McDonald, who gosh, I really hope. I didn't look, but I hope she's just getting paid a ton of money right now with whoever she's with. And then we lost Chloe Bibby. But other than that, we didn't lose any of our big people. It was really just Howard.
Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah. And we, sorry, just so people know the subtext of that, Keisha is a lifelong Phoenix Mercury fan, which, we don't fault her for. That's great. We all have things we do with our time, and we respect that. So, but they lost some big players.
We lost to Sabali, and I'm not over it yet.
Mm-hmm. Most people don't let a unicorn go.
Oh gosh, it's very painful.
Most
very
people
painful.
don't.
Anyways,
but take us on a little tour of the rest of the league. Like, what big changes? Give us like a couple people that had a really good off season.
Ooh, well, it's kind of an interesting look at the league because a lot of new names and faces are actually coming from college. But Kennedy Carter is back in the league and is actually in Las Vegas. So that team is looking very interesting. I'll touch on that a little bit more. The Sparks picked up NECA, and I don't know how that happened, but the Sparks now have Cameron Brink, Derica Hambry. Let me just pick up this roster so I can make sure I'm not missing any of the huge names. But they seem to be quite heavily stacked. They have Ray Burrell, Kelsey Plum, and I don't know how they got away with this. True, they did lose Rakia. Rakia is now in Chicago, but they have Ariel Adkins. That's where I was thinking of that name earlier. Cameron Brink. Oh, Ray Burrell. They have Hamby, NECA Gumake, Kelsey Plum. Oh, this is where Julie Van Loo ended up. They have Erica Wheeler, and then they have Sevgi Uzan, who has kind of bounced around a lot. So they have quite a talented team. So I think they did pretty good considering that they did not have a very successful season last year. So they had some quite good pickups. I also think that Chicago did some really interesting decision making and getting rid of Angel Reese. So she is now on Atlanta, and Atlanta is crazy stacked. So in addition,
I kept seeing like on my notifications, I was like, Atlanta. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, Atlanta again. Yeah, Atlanta again. I was like, weren't they good already?
They were.
What's happening?
They were pretty freaking good. So their biggest hit really is that Griner is now on the Connecticut Sun, and to be honest, as much as I do respect BG, she wasn't playing that much towards the end of the year there.
No.
They were really riding on Brianna Jones. So now you have Brianna Jones, and you have Naz Hillman, and you have Angel Reese all down low. And you still have Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, and Ryan Howard. That's insane.
It's scary. That's a scary amount of talent.
It's super scary.
Just straight up talent.
And Tiana Paupau, also from South Carolina, has really stepped up as a guard. There's some other names that aren't maybe mainstream names, but have stepped up a bunch in college that are a little bit newer. But this is a really young team. Like, the oldest player on this team, I think, is Alicia Gray, who's 31. So this is a young team, very athletic, and they're hungry. They felt slighted last season. They kind of had a strong start and then fell off. So I think they did very well for themselves. The Angel Reese pickup is crazy. Like, that one really got me.
Yeah, you don't usually see more or less franchise players like that just move around so early. But, I mean, I know it was a crazy... No, it wasn't. She's still on a rookie contract, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think she definitely said some things last year about Chicago that weren't the kindest of things. And
I remember that, and they decided to get rid of her again.
Yeah, and that's just it's an interesting choice, but I understand it. I don't necessarily agree with bad-mouthing your team, but I think she definitely was frustrated with what was going on there, and ultimately, I think they lost out on some clear talent. I mean, one thing that I will always believe in is the opinion of Lisa Leslie, and Lisa Leslie doesn't stop talking about Angel Reese. So if she can recognize talent there, I would never get rid of someone that Lisa Leslie is investing time and energy in. So that to me was just very interesting. The other team that I think made some very interesting moves and is looking quite good, considering that they had a terrible record, is Dallas. Now, with the number 1 draft pick, they pick up AZ Fudd. Of course you do. But now...
And super juicy. That, to me, was the story.
Yeah.
Like, when people would say, hey, Chris, I don't really watch the W. How'd the draft go? I'd be like, oh, well, last year's first pick? Yeah, she's dating this year's. And they're on the same team now. And then I'd just sit and wait as that, like...
Yeah, let that settle.
Those wheels spin in someone's head, and they're like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, It's not just pretend hockey that has all the fun. Okay, it's going on here at the W all the time.
All the time.
But no. Besides that, gosh, those are two really fantastic basketball players.
And like outside of the dating,
back to back on the same
their
team.
chemistry on the court is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they can find each other, their trust is phenomenal. Like, and you can't teach that. They again have a lot of really young guards that they picked up the season before that are still developing. They have one of the best shooters and point guards in Arike Agumawale. They also picked up, I think they picked up Alicia Clark, who was on Seattle's team last year. She is always respected and considered one of the most knowledgeable players. The way she watches film and the way she breaks things down is crazy. Like, she says, okay, well, I'm going to look up every game they played in the high post, and I'm going to study all of their footwork and ball handling there. I'm going to watch every game they played outside. Like, the way that she really will study a player is really important, and she is all about teaching what she knows to those who are around her. So I think you can't help but get better by being on her team. Other notable pickups, the Raya Marshall from USC. She's huge. She's 6'4". They have another girl who's 6'6", who I think is a recent pickup. They are big on height. They also picked up both Alana Smith and Jessica Shepard, who were on the Minnesota Lynx last year. Who they're two bigs. Alana Smith and Jessica Shepard have really good connection, really good communication, and Alana Smith is like one of the best blockers in the league. So they did some really great work themselves. I don't really know what it's going to look like with Alana Smith, Lee Aru, and Jessica Shepard, but those are some really big bigs. It's going to be... Oh, and they picked up Oldecker from Texas, who is a little bit of a thicker player, not as fast, but she did super well in her senior year for Texas. And if you get a chance to look at any of the film that she did, her highlight reel, she's strong.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it. It's impressive. Yeah. Super impressive.
So even though Dallas...
No, that's the sort of thing that, like, reaches out to you. Like, my algorithm would be like, have you seen her? And I'd be like, dang.
Yeah.
No, but now I'm watching.
Yeah, so I don't know how Dallas, with all of their crazy losses and issues last year, pulled out some of these huge trades and wins.
It's crazy.
But they're looking like... I mean, those names, I would be excited to see what kind of chemistry can pull together. But yeah,
and this is really exciting too, because like if there was something I could critique the W on, it's like that talent drop off in teams. Like especially last year, the top half of the league, crazy competitive,
right?
Crazy. It was such a tight race for the playoffs last year, but there was like a steep drop off, and so for at least two of those bottom teams to be looking really strong at the beginning of the year is like really exciting and just good for the league in general, you know?
Definitely. And I think for this draft was very heavy on talent in a way that we haven't seen, because it isn't just leaning towards one name, one superstar. Even though Fudd is fantastic, you had Lauren Betzko, you had Olivia Miles, the entire starting five of UCLA all went, which is
unheard of.
I don't know when the last time that ever happened, but there are some,
insane.
There are some really great players who are already shining, who are all Flau'jae Johnson. I mean, come on. It's going to be another exciting year of basketball, and these kids have been in the spotlight and know how to handle it and are talented in other areas, so they are all about hustle, hard work, and they want to make it. So I'm just excited.
Mm-hmm. It's an exciting time. One last thing I want to touch on, which kind of like encapsulates a lot of the different things that we've been talking about already on this episode, but Aaliyah Boston, first WNBA player in history to sign an epic contract. That's exceptional performance on initial contract, which is a new thing from the CBA. And, like, I don't think it could have gone to somebody that deserved it more. You know, like, it's awesome that she was the first one to get one of these. Essentially, like, she was the only one that could, because she was the only one that qualified. So, essentially, in the final year of your rookie contract, as part of a multi-year extension contingent upon being named either all WNBA first or second team or most valuable player within their first 3 years of play. So that was Boston. That was her. And so essentially it gives them a chance to renegotiate, so to get paid a year early, and it gives her team a chance to not have to deal with a bunch of suitors and just be like, we want to keep you. Let us give you this incredible deal now, and you just stick around. How's that sound? Like, I love that exists, and I love that Aaliyah got it.
Yeah, I think the other huge deal that is noteworthy would have been Asia Wilson's 3-year, $5 million Supermax contract extension with the Pacers.
Yeah.
Wild. I mean,
wild.
It's still
not wild, but wild.
It's still in comparison to what I know some of the men are making, like chump change.
Let's not talk about it.
But like,
let's
we got to celebrate what we can celebrate. We got to.
No, we have
to.
We have to. It's huge.
Yeah.
No, it's incredible.
But huge congratulations to Aaliyah. And like the thing is, I've been watching Aaliyah Boston since she was in college, and I can tell, like the growth she's had, the leader that she's become. You can see how much change. Like if you can find like a film on her junior senior year and then watch something from last year, like obviously it's the same player, but the way she's developed her footwork, the way she's continued to improve her range, like she is someone who's serious about growing, getting better and better every season.
In her position, it's like, so the maturity of a veteran player is so clear. You know, there's a lot of subtlety to being down there. It's not just, banging around. Like, you need to know when you're going to go hard, when you're going to have a soft touch, when you're going to like face up, when you're not. And she's just a absolute professional down there. Like, you can put her up against anybody in the league and she never looks out of her depth. Doesn't mean she's always like the absolute best down there, but she's never like, oh, we need to get her out of there, she's getting destroyed. You'll never see that. Not out of Aaliyah.
No. So talented.
As excited as much as I'm a huge Caitlin fan. The most exciting thing about the Fever is we're in no way like a one-star team. Even close. We're not even close. Like the big three we have is insane, and on any given night, one of them could carry the whole thing. Which is like, and then if they're all going, get out of the way.
I mean, Lexi Hull. I can't stop talking about.
Don't even get me started.
I can't even talk about how incredible her season was last season. Like, I mean, she filled so many holes, coming off the bench, starting, playing every position as a guard. Like,
guarding. Yeah, oh my, and then guarding every 1 through 5 effortlessly. She was getting blocks on people that I was like, what? You're doing that too? On top of flying around, getting all of our rebounds. I don't even.
Running around.
With her raccoon eyes.
Punched in the eye. Superstar.
I'm very excited. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited for another year of the WNBA. This, hopefully, you guys will join us for the rest of the season. We do at least weekly once the season gets going. And sometimes, we do even more if there's exciting things happening. So definitely follow us wherever you get your podcasts, and we are excited to have you with us. And with that, we'll see you next time on another Fever Replay podcast.
Adios, amigos. I've never said that before, but we're keeping it.
You've never. We're keeping it.